Hi everyone, how are you? Who's going to be the first to join us today? Who's there? Good evening. Who's joining us first? Hello Esther. Good evening. You're the first today. Good evening Vivian. How are you? Good evening Elizabeth. Hello Mr. B. How are you? Hello. Good evening everyone. Thank you for joining us. As you're coming in, you know what to do. Share, share, share. Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Sharon Kerr. Good evening, Jake. Good evening, everyone. As you're coming in, you know what to do. Without further ado, please share, share, share. Omolabake, good evening. How are you? Olayemi, good evening. Success. Oriyomi, good evening. Amarachi, good evening. Rowena, good evening. J. King Solomon, how are you? Good evening. Prof. Daniel, how are you? Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to have a fabulous time as usual, a great time of inspiring stories or inspiring work and success by the fruit of the kingdom. So today we're having fruit of the kingdom. I'm always inspired with the fruit of the kingdom. In fact, they always challenge me. Sometimes I'm a bit worried that, when this fruit of the things that these individuals are able to accomplish. So it inspires me and I look forward to it all the time so that I can put things together as well. So without further ado, I said it earlier, you know what to do, guys, so that we can start. The sooner we start, the more we would hear about our kingdom fruit today. So let's get more people to join us by sharing and also inviting our friends. Hi Gift, good evening. So let's invite our friends as well individually. So share on your page publicly and then invite some friends that you would like them to join you especially. Hello Mrs. D. Hi, Gloria. Thank you for sharing. I can see that Gloria shared. Hello, Ufoma. Good evening. Good evening, Brenda. Hello, guys. I hope you had a lovely Tuesday. But even if you haven't, during the show, you will, definitely. Jane, how are you? Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. So, guys, please share with more people so that we can start. Because the more we share, the sooner we start and the more people will join us to be inspired tonight with the kingdom fruits. Thank you, Oriyomi.
Keep on telling them about the meaning of kingdom fruits and inviting anybody that wants to.
Ojo Pelumi, good evening. Okay, Ojo Pelumi, I'm doing that now. Okay, so you know what we're doing today? If you don't know, it's kingdom fruits, and kingdom fruits is where we profile individuals that have achieved brilliantly over the last year or during the time that they started listening to Dr. Sunday's teachings. So people that have implemented their project, they have achieved something, they've developed project, are being profiled not every evening, but most evening at 7 p.m. because we have other programs that we do. So it's 7 p.m. Ukraine time. If you join us, you will find us either doing the kingdom fruits, which we are going to embark on now, or we would be looking at book review, one of Dr. Sunday's numerous book that he's published recently. We will look at that. We did that yesterday. Or we might look at Dr. Sunday attributes, the attributes that the DSA family worldwide gave Dr. Sunday, that they discovered in Dr. Sunday. So we look at that and we reviewed it. I think we did that once last week. We will do another probably this week, and you would see how that should be done, because the first one I didn't really explain properly. So, but next time it would be perfect, okay? So, today we are doing the kingdom fruits.
And how they could join and be participants.
Okay. Dr. Sunday is just reminding me that I should ask you and tell you how, tell you how, as individuals, you could also participate as a kingdom fruit. So if you have a project, or you've developed a project, or during the times that you've been listening to Dr. Sunday, you have embarked on your project and you're doing well, then you can write to us with your profile of what you have been doing, order, in chronological order. You tell us your profile, your name, your age, when you started listening to Dr. Sunday, where you were, and then what you've achieved over the period, and what inspired you to achieve those things. This is teaching, maybe it's books, however it is, you tell your story, and we will share with the world and promote you. So Dr. Sunday is using his platform, which have millions of reach, to promote the individual that have done something, that are doing something for the kingdom, as we should all be doing, not without any exception. So actually, we're expecting everyone that have been listening to Dr. Sunday for any period of time to be part of the kingdom fruit. And you can write to us at vip@godembassy.org. That's vip@godembassy.org. So guys, I am going to put a form out so that you would see what the criteria are, and also what you need to put in your profile. I think that will make it easier for you. So I will do that sometime tomorrow, and you would have it so that it will make life easier for you, okay? But the kingdom fruit is really to inspire others and to promote you, to celebrate everyone that has achieved something, that are developing something over this time, over the times that they've been listening to Dr. Sunday. So I really enjoy it. I've been inspired by so many people. We started with Olayemi of Code Sparks. So you can check that out. We release his profile every now and then on Dr. Sunday's page, but you can also find him in separately. His business or his organization is Code Sparks. So check him out. And we've got another person, Anastasia Magnus, so many. Is also on YouTube. Okay, guys, I'm turning the camera so that you can see Dr. Sunday, and we can get started.
Okay, hello everybody. Sunday Adilaja here. You might need to move a little bit yourself. Okay, I hope the light is good enough. Okay. So, good evening once again, or good afternoon wherever you are, or good morning, depending on where you're watching us from. But as the case may be, this is the program that is called Kingdom Fruits. We are trying to profile every one of you that have been watching DSA and have been on DSA platform and have been doing one thing or the other. So we want to encourage the efforts of people who are actually doing something with what they are learning. That you are not just coming here to, sorry for the language, to masturbate and just get yourself satisfied and get yourself stimulated. But you are not just getting yourself stimulated for yourself, but you are coming here to receive the seed and to let that seed grow in you and become a fruit of the womb, or the fruit of your life, a fruit that is really bringing forth result at the end of the day. So, congratulations that you even have the opportunity, because so many billions of people on the earth that don't even know that there is such a platform. And even people who know me, some of them don't even know there is such a platform where they could get all the material, all the information. It's not loud enough? Okay, so this means it's not working then. So, if there are people who watch this and don't even know that they could they could have the opportunity to come and learn. I mean, who don't know, who come to my Facebook page, but they still don't know that they have this opportunity. But, all of us could go to Facebook, YouTube, and join and go series by series. We have made the YouTube page much more easier now. So immediately we go to the YouTube page. From the very first page, if you go to the home page, you begin to see the series. So we set it up in such a way that you don't need to even necessarily go to highlights. Just go to the Facebook page and you'll see everything clear. All the series from series 1 to series 32 or 33. So you will all be able to, follow the series and go through and study and make yourself become anybody you want. The bottom line of this platform is that anybody could become everything that they want to become in life. And we are proving it by bringing forth the proofs, the testimonies, to show to you that these things are true. And, so, Kingdom Fruit is also about not just helping you become who you are, who you need to become, or who you dream of becoming, but also bringing forth to the platform those people who have already stepped out to becoming who they wish to become in life, and profiling them to encourage your faith and to use their examples to show you that yes, you too could become anything that you wish to become in life, that this teaching is true. So, and then the other thing that we're trying to do through this program is to make you know what church is meant for, that the church is meant to be doing this exactly what we are doing, this same thing we are doing right now. So this platform, DSA platform, has become the alternative to the church, because the church is supposed to be equipping sons and releasing them to become deliverers in the world. But if the church will not do it, then we will do it, even if it's going to be by YouTube Live or Facebook Live. So that's what we're doing right now. So we want you to see the results and you see the kind of testimonies that people are giving here. And some people used to think that it's because I'm pastoring white people and that's why it's possible. And for white people it's easier. Well, okay, but these people are not white people. These are Africans now. And I remember that I said it in the beginning when I started doing this program, that now you are hearing the testimonies of Russians, that one day we'll be hearing your own testimonies, that you too will be producing results, just like these Russians are producing results. So now the time has come, and it's just 1 year. After 1 year or less than 1 year of listening to DSA or coming to listen every day here, people are having this kind of results, and we have a whole list. So every week, we'll be coming to you with 2 or 3 people that will be coming to share their stories of how they have gone from failure to success. Now, you can't believe it. The person we are profiling today, his name is Success. His name is Success. Mayowa and told me yesterday or the other day that they were trying out the technology. Maybe we'll be able to profile people. But I don't seem to see anything on the ground in that sense. So either they're not ready for that yet, or it's okay. But in future, we'll hope to be able to profile everybody that is going to be coming with video. So we'll try to find a way to do video so that we could see you and talk with you. Maybe we can even do it now with Success, with the Skype, but the person that we are profiling today, his name is Success. Success, and some of you know him already. And I wanted him to come this week because he just had his birthday the other day. In fact, if you were here the last time that we profiled Mr. Sunday Akimbawale, the last fruit of this kingdom fruit that we had, I was talking about Success because that was that was Saturday, I think, and that was the birthday for Success. So he just had his birthday Saturday, less than a week ago, and I wanted him to come on, but he's got an amazing story. The first kingdom fruit that we had, the person was 27 years old, and guess what? This person we're having now, he's just 28 years old. So young, God is giving the young people a better future and a better promise. And so let's hear the story of Success Fakolade. What was it? Fakolade? Fakolade or Kolade. Fakolade. One of the. Anyway, most people know Dr. Success. He just finished his medical. He just became a doctor. So let me read a story out for you, and then you'll be able to see for yourself what God has done in the life of this young man. So my name is Success for Fakolade. I am 28 years old, and I am a trained medical doctor. I first came across Pastor Sunday by randomly reading his book, Church Shift, many years ago. Now, so what are the changes and the transformation? What are his results? Number one transformation that he went through. Precisely 2012, I was given a scholarship alongside my colleagues to come to Ukraine to complete my medical education. At that time, I was a frustrated young man because I had so many questions on my heart, and nothing in my life seemed to be working. I arrived in Ukraine in February 2013. Though I would have loved to see Pastor Sunday immediately, I never knew that could be possible, because there was no way on earth a man of his status and caliber would have time for someone like me. However, I continued in my restlessness and would always ask lots of questions from people. I was absolutely confused about who I was and what the purpose of my existence on earth is. I would ask that if heaven was so important, why then did God send us to earth to suffer? Yeah, that culture used to bother a lot of people in Africa, including me when I was young. When I was in Africa, I made several other questions that I used to ask. Someone saw my restlessness and recommended that I should pay Pastor Sunday a visit, because he was here in Ukraine, living here. I thought that she was joking, but I held on to it like my life depended on it. Hence, I walked into Pastor Sunday's home in Kyiv for the first time in April 2014 for my first HMT, History Makers Training. Unbelievably, I got answers to many of my questions right from that very first HMT. I became extremely passionate to go live my life for the first time and not somebody else's life. So that was the very first victory that Success had. But unfortunately, he's not writing here in details with his state of mind when he came to see me here. Because when Success came here, his state of mind was, and he has spoken about this so many times anyway, so maybe that's why he's not spending time to tell you what state he was in when he came to my house. Because I saw someone that was suffering from extreme complexes, especially inferiority complex, and lack of self-assurance, lack of confidence, lack of boldness, timidity, fear, lack of love. Someone that had the potential, smart, but I think he himself will tell us when we talk to him. Because what we do on fruit of kingdom fruits is that we call them, so we'll bring him in to the latter part of this program, and he's coming to share with us, the whole story actually. So that was his first breakthrough. He was asking questions, and he managed to meet Pastor Sunday live, and he decided to live his own life and not the life like the society had told him to live. Now, so what started to happen in his life? Though I was in medical school at that time, I knew I had stronger interest and passion in other areas. He was a medical student, but he had passion for other things. After soaking in over 300 of Pastor Sunday's messages on churchship.org at that time, and more than 15 of his books, I knew I was prepared for life. I felt like I could take on any giant in the world. You see, that is a very important step, and we should all try to take that same step. Make sure you find time. I told somebody the other day that I will challenge anybody in the world, no matter who you are, either drug addict, alcoholic, poor, homeless, no matter what your state of life is, depressed, demon-possessed, sick, take, how many did I say? 7 weeks? Or how many did I tell you? 2 months, maximum 2 months, 8 weeks. Take 8 weeks away from your schedule and lock yourself up. Lock yourself up for 8 weeks, but minimum 2 weeks, even 2 weeks. For those 2 weeks, 2 weeks to 8 weeks, lock yourself up somewhere, or just go somewhere and get all of Dr. Sunday Adelaja station on YouTube or on my blog, sundayadelajablog.com, and just feed on it at least 8 hours a day. Tell me if you will not come back from that place a world changer. So this is what Success decided to do. That was his first step to victory. He listened to 300 messages of mine and read 15 books. See what began to happen in his life afterwards. The first thing I did was make immediate changes in my personal life. You see, every one of us must give life to himself. We must get to a place in life whereby we are no more going to remain where life has thrown us. We are not going to reconcile with just everything that has been given and poured into us by our environment, our parents, and our church and everything. But there must be a time when we stop and say, no, I want to give life to myself. I want to discover myself for myself. I want to discover who I am and who sent me here and why did he send me here. So that is what he decided to do. He decided to give life to himself. I focused on just one core thing, on just some core things that I knew were central to my life. I started reading a book per week. When I saw Pastor Sunday reading one a day, so I said I will read at least one a week. I created time for solitude and personal retreat, because that's one of the things that I teach strongly as well. I created my personal blog. You see, his lifestyle started changing, his routine started changing. He set himself free from the limitation of a medical student, because this time he was in the university studying medicine, and in that medical school, any medical school, they already program you. So and you yourself program yourself and say, this is who I am, I'm a student, so this is the only thing I could do. But he set an order for his life by himself. He became the owner. He took charge of his life for the first time to become the owner of his own life. So first thing he did is that is more important to him than the medical school, than any other thing that anybody tells him to do, is that he needed to read books, the books that he needed that will help him, not the books they give him in school. It is self-education, the education that you yourself determine for yourself, you yourself pay the price to go and get. It is only that education that gives you progress. But the education that you are given just because it's part of school curriculum doesn't benefit you too much. The only education that benefits you the most is self-education. So he discovered that. And he started reading one book a week. Number 2, he discovered the second most important thing in his life. The most important thing in life is self-education. So he got that. The second most important thing is solitude. He got that. And then I created my personal blog and started writing articles. So he had poured into himself through reading and through solitude. Now he was grown up. He was big enough to begin to give. So even though he was a medical student, he was in school, but he started becoming a creator of his own life. He started becoming a creator of his own destiny. He started becoming a giver of life to other people. Even though he was still a student himself, he was still a young man, 23 years old, 24 years old. But even at that, he had discovered the gem. He had discovered the goldsmith, the gold mine. And he started digging the gold out. And now he is ready to give out gold to other people. So that's what he's saying here. Here is the link to my blog. I think Success, if you are hearing me now, please put the link to your blog or out there so that people will be able to follow your blog. Please follow Success Olayemi Fakolade blog at .wordpress.com. It will give you the link right now. He writes some very thought-provocative articles. I've seen some of them. I thought when he writes, I just say this guy, he has taken Pastor Sunday's anointing for sure. It's like the Voltaire. You know, I said I want my dream is to become the Voltaire of Africa, but I have a lot of Voltaires coming up, following after my footsteps, because you are one. Then Sunday, Akibowale also is another one that is ready. And what do I mean by Voltaire? They are ready to destroy the bondage of religion and the bondage of superstition and the bondage of tradition upon our people. You know, and that's what he's doing. He's setting people free big time. In fact, somebody came, to your credit, Dr. Success, some people came to my house who are students also in Ukraine here. And they were telling me that, Pastor Sunday, it doesn't matter if you go to Nigeria or you don't go. I said, so what happened? They said, even not only Nigeria, they said, our generation is in trouble. I said, what? Why? He said, because there are some dangerous people who are following you now. And they are following you, not just following you, you know, somehow, so, and just, you know, anyhow. But these people are adopting your lifestyle. These people are becoming like you, just like you, radical like you, you know, daring like you, you know, world changers like you. He said that right now they are not visible so much. The world is not seeing them yet. But by the time they come forward, that the world will be shocked that these people alone, these men were telling me that there are few people like that I know. I said, name me at least one person. So the person said, Dr. Success. Just go and read Dr. Success. Go first. Dr. Success is not under the bondage of any church. It's not under the bondage of religion. That Dr. Success is a mind, is a soul that has been set free. That Dr. Success is not just being a soul that is set free. He is ready to set your own. That man, they said, although he's a small man, he's 20-something years old still, but it is in his spirit, the thought that he has, and the bigness, the hugeness in him, he's ready to turn around the whole of Nigeria by himself alone. Just by his writing alone. That's what people were telling me about you. And they were saying, it doesn't matter even if I die now, that people like Dr. Success will make the gospel of the kingdom prevail. So I'm thinking that even the Lord Jesus Christ is rejoicing now because of you, Dr. Success. Because if you come against Dr. Success's writing, either you cannot be indifferent. Either you are just going to change or you are going to get mad. Just like me. So this thing is saying here that I write blog and all that. That's nothing. It's like saying nothing. Because what he writes, in fact, his writing will let you know that the pen is stronger than the sword. So go ahead and check out his blog, all right? So here is the link to my blog. I hope he has put the link, where I write on topics like the danger of denominationalism, why the prayerful are not successful, why the successful are not prayerful. You see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. See, this is just one article. Why the prayerful are not successful, why the successful are not prayerful. You see, among several others. You need to go to, if you want to set people free from religion and make God attractive to people, go and get acquainted to Dr. Success and his blog. So this is immediate results that we started seeing in the life of Dr. Success. You see, this man was, he would tell you how timid he was. He will tell you how inferiority complex had held him in bondage. Now he is setting humanity free. So next thing that he started to do, I was surprised by the fascination to my writings and articles. You see, he himself didn't even know that his work and his handwriting will give so much result. So he was even fascinated by the fact that people, or was surprised at the fascination that the other people were, admiring his writing so much. So people with such responses, I was determined to do more. I got the opportunity to start editing Pastor Sunday's books, which for me has been one of the most surreal and phenomenal experiences of my life. He has edited is it 4 books? I think he has edited 4 of my books already. Which means he has written 4 books in the last one, since January, we could say, or since February. So in the last 4 months, he has written 4 books, just with me alone. I was able to give myself to writing full time, even though he was in the medical school. He was writing book almost every week, a new book every week, at least every 2 weeks. Because it was, apart from my own book, he was writing his own books too. Within 6 months, I wrote and published 2 of my own books, you see. Apart from 2 of his own books, we have written 2 books, 4 books with me. In 6 months, 6 books. They can be found on Amazon through this link. Yes, you put the link, please, Dr. Success. If you are there, put the link so that people could look for your books. One of the books is dedicated to me, by the way. So, is the book there? Can you check? Is the book that is dedicated to me there? About heroes. Heroes, maybe it's in the room. Or, you know, it's a book dedicated to me about the heroes. Who are the heroes? And according to Dr. Success, in his own estimation, he thinks that I am one of the heroes of our generation. Who knows? But he has to prove that to everybody else, right? I think he will prove it to people who read this book. We don't have it here now, but you know, you can check it on the link on Amazon. It's called Heroes. So the next thing is done. So we have his blog. We have 6 books in 6 months. What a miracle. And this is somebody who was so timid, he couldn't even talk. In fact, he would tell you, I had to tell me to hug me. Even the confidence to hug, I told him, hug me. Instead of hugging me, it was dobale. It was prostrated. I said, I didn't say prostrate. I said, hug me. Even to hug me was to him like a shock, like something surreal. Okay, next thing that this guy started to do, he was still a student though. He's still a student, just finished this month. And all these results. In just a short span of time. Since January this year. So what have we been doing in churches for Christ's sake? Religion has been butchering. And this guy was a believer too. He was going to church all these years. Since childhood. In fact, his father is a pastor. And he was not just not productive, he was being killed. This guy was being destroyed. When I met him, this guy was a dead living. He was a living dead. Emotionally, psychologically. They were destroying this man. A giant of a man. How many world changers, how many giants like this are perishing in our churches? Our churches have become a butchering arena. We have become a butchering sport. They butcher our potential. They butcher people's potential, people's resources, people's abilities. My friend Miles Monroe used to say that the burial ground is the richest place. The burial ground is the place where they bury the people's potential. But I'm even thinking right now that the church, it might be the burial ground before the real burial ground. That the greatest burial ground might be the church. That maybe the church is burying people alive. At least in the burial ground, you are burying people who are dead. But the impression I'm having is that the church is burying people who are still alive. He's killing them, making them to forget about their resources, about their potential, about their capacity, not even letting them fly at all. Even people who are flying before, when they get to the church, largely, their wings are clipped. Because if you, I know what I'm talking about. If you knew Dr. Success, the first time I met him, oh my, even his look was horrible. His look now is academic. His look now is intellectual. His look now is attractive. His look now is respectful. Respectable. But when I met him, he was just like a skeleton. In 6 months, he wrote 6 books now. Started his own blog, despite the fact that I was still a student. So what is limiting you, my dear? And medical student at that. But come and see other resources, other wonders that. Then why still is medical school? Why writing all these books? And why doing all this blog and all that in medical school and doing all that? I said I started a business, my own business. He started a business while he was still a student. Many people are crying day and night. In fact, there are people right now writing me on Facebook. They chase me from school. In fact, people are writing me from Nigeria every day. They chase my son from school or my daughter from school. My daughter is not going to school. My son is not going to school. Send me money. In fact, not just from Nigeria. Even I have people from Britain who live in Britain, who live in America, who say, send me money for this, send me money for this. Every day, I have letters like that. Every single day. And they are not doing anything. This one is... It was not being, money was not being sent to me also, but he would not wait for his money to be sent to him from Nigeria or from anywhere. He started working on himself. He rose from his ashes just because he was listening, and he began to believe in himself. He had so much faith in himself. He rose from the ashes. And if I tell people, go and listen to my messages. I don't need to give you money. These messages are more than money. They will think, I didn't want to. You are just stingy. You don't just want to give. But really, the thing that I could give you that is more important than money is enlightenment, freedom to think, the teachings that are already ready there waiting for you. So this student that they were not paying his school fees also, I started a business for content development and freelance writing, with which I was able to sponsor myself through school. In Ukraine, how many 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds do that? They are crying on their mother's neck. That's why they must be immersed in these revolutionary teachings. Therefore, their mindset to be changed, like the mindset of Dr. Success. So he started his own business, content development business, freelance writing, with which he was able to sponsor himself through school. In fact, as a matter of fact, the money that I'm supposed to be paying him for writing for me, he said I should keep it until when he needs it, he will say, by the way, remind me, I need to tell him to tell us when we should begin to pay him so that we'll plan for it. Because he said, don't even give me anything, just, let it be piling up. So, this man, I'm owing him a lot of money right now. He's a rich man. He's a very rich man. Just by my own standard, by the money I need to pay him alone. Why he's saving, he's using me to save. Why he's saving, other people are begging. He has turned me to his bank. While I'm saving for him, he's saving through me. He's using me to save for himself. Other people are begging me to give them money from nowhere. And the one who is turning me to his own bank. That is why we must expose all ourselves and our children to these teachings. Let them stop being a burden to you. So I sponsor myself through school, and now he has finished. With all this, I was able to start free training classes for people, for students on different areas. He was a medical student himself, and he started doing training classes. What about if he's doing it for money too? He would have been making more money, but he started doing it for free, training classes for fellow students in different areas. I train students on passion. I train students on skills. I train students on leadership and skills development. I train also them on writing. I train them on editing skills. I have been a speaker at numerous conferences in the last 2 years. Hallelujah, hallelujah. A 28-year-old guy. All these changes. Okay, let's continue. No, next point, next changes, next breakthrough, next product that is producing. I have a daily broadcast session. The next point is I have a daily broadcast session, Skype session. I have a daily Skype session with men and women from all over the world where I'm able to work with them through whatever projects they are doing. Wow. Project supervision is doing, supervising. I have one discussion per day, and this has been so fruitful and enriching. It's mentoring people, and supervising people on their projects all over for people all over the world. So if anybody is here right now and you have a project and you want to develop a project, this is somebody that could help you to develop your thoughts, your projects. And, I don't know if he's doing it for money or for free, but he's doing it through Skype. He's giving mentorship, leadership, project development ideas, to people through Skype. So his name is Success Fakolade, and he's on the platform right now, I guess. You can find his Facebook or his blog and get in touch with him. Now, next thing that he's doing, for the last few months, I began a non-governmental organization. He started NGO, her for Africa. That is her, like a lady, her, his or her for Africa. The aim of the NGO is to provide books for rural kids in Africa. Wow. Right now, we have a set goal of providing 2,500 books for rural kids in the next 1 year. We are starting with Osun State, Nigeria. While himself is still a student. He started NGO to provide books for schools in Africa. Even the ones even those of you who are watching me right now, what do you provide for anybody in Africa? Apart from your family and relatives. What projects do you have? Nothing. Because you are under Uncle Sam. And all your money is going to pay bills. Bills. Not to advance the kingdom. But this student is not just able to pay his way through school, but is now starting an organization that is providing books for schools in Africa. Next point. Lately, I began working with the government of my home state in Nigeria to bring about educational and agricultural revolution to my state. He's recognized by his state. His state has recognized him. And consulting with him now to bring about educational and agricultural revolution. I was among the few people saddled with this task. This we hope to achieve through reorientation and empowerment of young people in the state. We hope that the model I developed for this project will become the template for other states in Nigeria. Medical student, 28 years old. Now you understand why people are saying, Pastor Sunday, you don't need to bother. That the people who are following after your footsteps, they are taking the bull by the horn. This model will be verified and approved when the state delegate visits Ukraine at the end of this month. Bravo. Amazing, amazing. Next project that he's doing, I also have a social media presence where I hope to bring about some sort of revolution through sharing content, through content sharing. My Facebook name is Olayemi Success Fakolade. Olayemi Success Fakolade. My immediate plans now after medical school is to begin my dual masters in September. I will be studying MBA at the same time. with specialization in human resources and leadership, and also a master's in management with specialization in international business management at the Ukrainian American University here in Canada. Bravo! And I know for sure that he doesn't have problem to sponsor himself through 2 masters, because I'm his banker. Even the money by his money that I have in my hand is enough to sponsor him through 2 masters. Can you believe it? Like a fairy tale, this platform is producing a new generation of people. A new generation of people. And it's better all of us jump in the train. And like my wife said, every one of you who know you have been producing results and your life has been transformed and you are producing results after you started listening and you've come across these teachings, let us know what you are doing, and we'll invite you, we'll profile you here. Let the world know what you are doing, and let the world celebrate you. Let everyone rejoice. And finally, I also have a plan of converting all of Pastor Sunday's books into other formats, such as video format, audio format, illustrated books, Braille, etc. My long-term goal is to institutionalize Pastor Sunday's concepts, ideology, inventions, philosophy, and works. I have also created the African Business and Leadership Network, a forum to help create a new generation of leaders across Africa. Bravo, 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 bravo. The first person who dedicated his life to, he said it in a different way, is Pastor Derek Schneider from Canada. Pastor Derek Schneider says that his job, his whole life mission is to interpret and explain Pastor Sunday Adelaja to the world. And several other people I have heard that feel that their life mission is to extend or to spread all this revelation that God has given to Pastor Sunday. But now I see, and he has started, because he wrote the first book already, dedicated to me on my 50th birthday. And now he's saying my long-term goal is to institutionalize Pastor Sunday's concept. And he doesn't even know what I have, my plans in that regard. And by the time you come to key success, we have to have special sessions. If you want to institutionalize Pastor Sunday, then I have to give you some inside information, some ideas, and some unbelievable concepts that I have. And one of the, if you want to, and I think you can undo that, and I'm so happy that you are going to study business and management and human resources specialization, because one of my visions of institutionalizing myself for the next 500 years is that I plan to create 1,000 universities. And I thought that I'm going to put the plan in place, but I don't know if it will work out in my lifetime. So if you want to institutionalize Pastor Sunday, its concept, its ideology, its inventions, philosophy, and works, then it's a long road. We have a long work to do. And that is just one thing that I just mentioned now. And there are so many other things that we need to put in place. So we need a whole army. I need 1,000 people at least, minimum, just to do this. But what do you think about this guy? Mind blowing. Okay, let's. I'm going to try to get him now. His name is Success Fakolade. I'm going to call him on Skype. But meanwhile, while I do that, Mayowa will read some of the comments. Let's hear what people are saying while I try to get Success.
Hello everyone. Give Blessing is saying, since I was born is in DSA platform, I have come to know the real meaning of testimony. So that's from Gift Blessing. Thank you, Gift. Vivian Taylor says, yes, Pastor, universities. Monica is clapping for Dr. Success. You're indeed DSA son. You are blessed. Vivian is saying, this is so awesome. And she's also clapping. Thank you very much, Vivian. Jane, Kingdom Fruits. Jasper's, wow, what a testimony. Ernest is bravo, saying bravo. Elizabeth, bravo with clap. Oriyomi, wow, wow, wow. Anastasia, wow. Gift, wow, wow, wow. Ojopelumi, wow. Jane, excellent. Nike says, very correct. I'm one of them. Michael is saying brilliant. TD is saying, yes, sir. That is very right. Ojopelumi, yes, sir. Again, Gift. We give glory to God Almighty. Elizabeth saying amen. Curtis, very impressive progress. Charles just joined. Anastasia is excited. Bravo, blessed, give blessing is saying again. Charles Burr is saying bravo. Emmanuel, good evening to everyone. Good evening, Emmanuel. And Monica, Dr. Success is now being recognized by his home state. Wow. That's clapping from Omonike. Congratulations, Dr. Success. TD Disu. Uriyomi is clapping for you and Pastor Nikki and Gift. Matthew is saying kudos. Congratulations, Olayemi Success for Fakolade. That's Matthew. Uriyomi is saying, wow. Well done, Dr. Success. Elizabeth is clapping. Charles is saying, that is great, congratulations. NGO for Rural Books, Lucinda is writing. Lovely result, Dr. Success, that's from Monica.
Hello, Pastor. Yes, we'll bring you on.
Success himself is saying it's free, and I think this is to the book and also to the training. We'll confirm that with him, please. Anastasia is saying fabulous. Ojo says O'Shea. Gift, these are indeed huge results. Adiola says hallelujah, hallelujah, glory to God. Wow, 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 now a trainer. It's me, right? Ibrahim says truth that sets free. Jane is saying enlightenment, freedom to think, and sound teachings is better than having money. #DSA. Brilliant from Gift. Darlene says, thank God for Pastor Sunday Adelaja for opening our eyes with Pastor Sunday Adelaja's teaching. When you go church now, it's like you know even before they say A, you already know the next thing they will say, Biko, Darlene. And then Monica says, freelance writing, this is so lovely. Oriyomi says, we are busy fighting devil. Meanwhile, the real battle is the battle of the mind. Anastasia is saying, the message gives life to the dead. The messages give life to the dead. Church puts fear in the lives of people and silence their voices. That's Gift. They're saying that. We have Ugwani Peace says, churches have become burial grounds for potentials that should be changing the world. Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Omonika says, how many world changers are perishing in the church? This is so sad. Those that are flying begin to crawl. Theophilus is saying that. Abraham says, the church suppresses great gifts. Ufoman says, true, sir, so many buried potentials in churches. Adeola says, may God have mercy. Amarachi says, slaughterhouse, Kai, Lord have mercy. Gift says, church has caused so many damages. Ogetega says, His articles are really challenging. Some commenters do get really agitated. Very thought-provoking articles. Thank you, Tega. Oriyomi says, God has mercy on us. Adeola is saying, congratulations, Dr. Success. Well done. Wow, wow, wow. 6 books in 6 months. Bravo, kudos to you. That's from Omonike. Gift is saying he has actually achieved success according to his name. Anastasia says, wow, Dr. Success all the way. Wow, congratulations, Dr. Success. That's Jane. Darlene also saying like his name with a smile. Tony is saying congratulations to you. Wow. Nikki is saying he writes for many other people too. That's the content development. Very good. Clap for Dr. Success. World changer. God has made you a success. Has your name. Congratulations. That's Omonike. Elizabeth says, son is rugged than the father. Nikiru says, yes, Dr. Success is a world changer. Prof. Daniel says, history has been made already, sir. Elizabeth says, Dr. Success is DSA's son for sure. Great success. Then take 2 to 8 weeks to study DSA's messages to experience a total change. That's from Jane. Darlene said, that is my plan now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the rest
We
is
have
just
Dr. Sufficient
success.
Success. Sorry. Success. Hello, everybody. Dr. Success is here, and I want to introduce him to you. Hello, Dr. Success.
Good evening, Pastor.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much.
Well, we need to talk to you, and the world needs to know everything about you. So tell us again the state at which I saw you for the first time. I was trying to describe to them how you came here. I think you are the one to better do that.
Yes. Well, I would like to begin. I think it was Abraham Lincoln that said that whatever thing he becomes and whatever thing he hopes to achieve in his life, he said he owed that to his mother.
Okay.
But I would rather say it that for me in my life, that whatever thing I become and whatever thing I achieve, I owe to Pastor Sunday. I'm saying this with every emotion. I'm saying this with every trembling, because in fact, looking back to 2014, when I met Pastor and when Pastor was talking about that talk with just now, I could not but cry. I could not but shed tears again, because at that time I was messed up. I was broken. I was angry at life. I was angry at my parents. I was angry at the world. Everything was just not working at that time. But then I was very restless, like I said, because I had a lot of questions on my mind. And I even at that point, even though I was in medical school and all that, but I was already tending towards becoming suicidal.
First of all, while you are talking, I will let you talk, but I just wanted to appreciate what you said, that I own this thing, everything I will achieve in life to Pastor Sunday, because you will not believe it that even though I hear these things all the time, but mainly people who tell me this, they just want to tell me that, they don't tell me like this. They say everything I am or I became, I own it to Pastor Sunday, especially the people I live around here, Russians, Ukrainians. But what you said now is totally different to me. And
Yes,
to me, this is very, very important, because it said, whatever I will become.
Yes.
The people that normally talk about that, they always, so it touched me. It touches me what you are saying, because I'm also emotional about it, because I know that you are taking it serious and you are going to do it. And so that makes me to see that my work is not in vain, and that anything that I invest in people, or all the efforts that I take to do and develop people and the way I'm trying to do, that maybe it will bring some fruits. Maybe this is one of the fruits. But I'm even doing it not to do because it will bring fruit or it will not bring fruit. I don't even care for that. I'm just doing it because I just want to do things the way God wants me to do. I want to please God. But thank you for saying that, and don't stop saying it, because the more I hear it, the more I feel that, okay, it's worth doing what I'm doing, and somebody is coming up, and some more people will come up like this. So anyway, I'm hearing your story.
Thanks, Pastor. I say that because you helped me to lay the very foundations for my life. And like I always told people that when I met you, that was when you removed certain foundations that were already there, which was what was disturbing my life actually. And then you helped me lay the foundation for my life, and that is what I'm building on. So
and you stopped at the point when you said you were almost suicidal, that the situation was so bad. Okay, go ahead.
So the situation was getting that bad because I wasn't getting answers to my questions, and I was already thinking that, was there really any reason for living after all? What was the essence of life? What was the essence of purpose? What was I living for as a person? So, and that was coupled with the fact that I already had some foundational problems growing up. I battled a lot with rejection and a lot of such deep problems in my upbringing. So when I came for the first History Makers training, really I tell people that at that point I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't know what to expect. I've been to different programs, and so I was just willing to just try again and meet with Pastor Sunday if possible, because I never even knew that you were going to show up in that program. So you came to that program, and like I say again and again, I've shared several times also on the platform that I will never forget the fact that you gave me that all that you gave to me that day. You gave me that embrace. First of all, it spelled for me acceptance. I knew that I was accepted. I knew that I was good enough. And then you began to help me with my way of thinking, which was at that point in time already damaged. I was I was always looking down on myself. I was battling strongly with inferiority complex. And you saw all of that, and you began to help me through the process. You pointed it out to me very clearly, in clear terms in that program, in very, very strong terms. And what you said made so much impact in my life that I knew that I had to go back and work things out. I knew I wasn't just going to give up. I wasn't going to die a nobody. And I think one of the things I came out from that GMT with, apart from the fact that I knew I was accepted by somebody, I was also ready to give my life one more fight. That let me just fight once more and let me see whether this will be worth it. So after the HMT, I went back home. I soaked myself in all of your teachings that I could get at that time. Then I used to use the churchship.org website. So I listened to more than 300 of the messages. I'm sure it was far more than that, but not to exaggerate, I would just say 300. And more than 15 of your books that I read at that time, Pastor Sunday's books. And at that time, that so much boosted my confidence. It's so much I began to see life in a new dimension, a new way. I knew that whatever thing had been done to me was not the definition of who I really am.
And you didn't need to do deliverance? 7 days deliverance, 40 days deliverance?
Not at all, Pastor. Not at all. Just basically your teachings, basically observing you, seeing how you do things. You told me at that first HMT that you could measure how far a man will go in life just by seeing how confident he is. And that was a major deliverance for me when you said that just by measuring how confident somebody is, you can gauge how far he's going to go in life. And I knew that if I could gauge how confident I was, maybe I would be between 0 to 5%. So I knew that I wasn't going to go very far in life if I didn't work on my confidence, if I didn't work on my timidity issues and all that. That was a major deliverance for me. So I needed to go back, work on that, you also told me that I had a big problem with the way I was thinking. You said that there's a slavery mentality that I kind of have accustomed myself with. So I knew that those things were very, very true. I didn't need to shy away from them. So I took those points and I decided to go back home to go work on those issues. And it's very, very interesting today because one of the strongest points that people point out to me is that I'm very courageous, that I'm very bold.
That is what Satan wanted to damage.
Yes, people didn't know that those were the lowest points of my life. Those were the lowest characters about me. But because of what you taught me, I began to see myself in a new dimension. And like I wrote in the profile that I was just too confident I could do anything in life. That I can dream anything, I could take on any project, I could become anything that I wanted to become. And that was the beginning of a new life for me entirely. So that was what I came out of that first history makers training with when I came at that point in time. And of course, I was so desperate because I was so determined that it wasn't going to end there. So whichever way there was the opportunity for the second HMT, I wasn't even invited, but I determined that I was going to be there. So I left everything, left classes, left everything, and came for the second HMT, which of course, and that of course led me. So for me, one step will always lead to the higher step, and then that step will always lead to the next step. And I was just taking every step. I was just so determined to do that.
Wow. So what will you tell students who are watching now, or who are not watching but going to see this later, who are still crying? Because in fact, even today, I received 2 letters from people who said they have been sent away from school and they are just sitting down there. One of them said, just buy me ticket to go back home. One of them said, I don't know what to do again because somebody was paying my school fees in Nigeria is no more paying. So, but you have legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears. You can read, right? And you are sitting in Kivya crying. So what will you, since you are a fellow, they will say, I don't understand. Okay, me, I don't understand. But at least you understand now, since you are a fellow student too, and they stop paying your own school fees too, and you are able to make your way. So what will you tell people like this?
Yes, I think for such people, the biggest problem is not money. You have taught us that money is never a problem in the world. I think the biggest problem is the fact that they have never discovered themselves who they are. One of the things you taught me, Pastor, is never to be dependent, that nobody in life owes me anything. So you taught me the independent mindset and how to be a blessing to other people. So I needed to first of all discover who I was, what is it that I can do, what problems can I solve, so I began to see myself in a new light. I began to see myself as a blessing to other people, rather than, so when I meet people, I'm not looking for what to get from you, but how I can be a blessing to you. So that mindset is what has helped me. So for such students, I would say they need to discover who they are. They need to discover themselves. They need to discover what problems they can solve. And of course, in the direction of the problem you're solving is where money will flow. So the most important thing is to discover yourself, discover what problems you can solve, and money will come naturally.
Just like, you remember, I don't know if you people remember last week, there was this famous, who is also from the platform, but in Ukraine here, he came here, he said he had never done video before. And he just did something just to say thank you to me or to appreciate me. And I said, if you can begin to do this, keep on doing. He did audio, actually. I said, put video, add video. If you can begin to do this, I will be paying you for it. Because I thought he was a student in Nigeria who was struggling and needed, he didn't even ask for money. But he didn't even ask for it. I just suggested him that maybe I could find a way to bless him. Because if someone is ready to do something for you for free, just to appreciate you without even you asking, I said I should, someone like that deserves to be given an opportunity. So I gave him an opportunity. I said, be doing the video. I didn't know he never even did video before. He never even know. So he went to the internet and started looking for the software and the YouTube and started doing video. And so now he started also, he understands some Russian. He started working on my translation or correction of my books from Russian. So he himself, for example, he doesn't need to look for school fees anymore. God has covered for him. But some other people are coming to cry, not even proposing anything. And when, in fact, I mean, they don't even know what to start because have you been listening to me? No. How many have you listened to? I've not listened. Maybe one time. Okay. I don't even know what to start. Okay, another one, for example, who is listening? Okay, Frank. You know Frank now? This our Frank. In fact, the last HMT he came to, he said he didn't even have money to go back, or we had to gather money. Anybody who was at the HMT, I said, gather money. Send him. Let's gather money for him. I don't know if you remember. We gathered money for him. So now I think Frank was listening to that other guy, Famous. They're actually in the same town, but they don't know each other. So Famous was doing the video. You know what Frank did? I don't know how Frank, because before Frank's plan was to translate my books to French, because that takes a long time. But the video, you know what Frank did? Since that time that Famous spoke, Frank went and studied how to do video. Frank now is doing video every week. And he's doing such good video. You saw the video. You have to put them on YouTube now. He's doing such good videos. In 1 month, he has done four videos. And it's less than 4 months, 1 month though, since Famous came here. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, he has done 4 videos. And I said, Frank, you are going to have money. Eh? I said, before you didn't have money for transport, for trade, $20 to travel from. $20 you didn't have to come to keep, but you came by faith. Now you have money so much, not just to pay for your school fees. You have money for anything you want to do, even to marry yourself. If you are going to be working like this, you say, yes, that's it. You know, you see, this is the principle Dr. Sufficient is telling us now. Provide oh my God, Sufficient. And with their friends, that's why. Dr. Sufficient also is a die-hard disciple. Dr. Success. This is exactly what Dr. Success is saying right now. Dr. Success is saying, you must provide. So that's what you are telling the students, right?
Yes, sir.
So what should I tell these people that are saying, buy my ticket, or I want to die, or I don't know what to do, or even their parents who are writing me, everybody writing up left and center. Wouldn't they say I'm wicked?
Well, I think that the best gift that can be given to such people, because if they are given money, they will come again to ask.
Yes.
Going to finish.
Yes.
But they should rather be given.
And the money will be every year because I have to be paying the school fees every year.
That will bring them money. That will make them discover who they are. So leading them to your blog will be a very good too, or the YouTube channel. Some of those resources are materials. It's impossible for anybody to get all of those materials and not become revolutionary. Let me say it that way. Not become a money-making machine. So you can once you discover yourself, then you can build whatever thing you need. So I think the best material that should be given to people who are in need of money is for them to know that what they need actually is not money. Because if they are given money will definitely finish. At the time that I met Pastor, I was also down financially. I was totally out. But then my focus and my goal at that point in time was not money, because I knew that I wanted something deeper than that. I knew that the people that are wealthy in the world, there's a way they are always running away from the material money as it were. They don't want to have anything to do with the physical money. So I somehow understood the concept that the goal of life is not actually in that paper. But I wanted to understand the way life works, the understanding of life and everything. And that was what I discovered in Pastor. That was the access that Pastor gave to me. And I'm forever grateful for that.
And so now that you are talking like this now, me, I'm going to be sending them to you. Oh, man, you have to tell them. You are going to be my rescue. You're going to deliver me from some of them. Okay, so what will you tell people who are on the platform who just come once in a while? You know, they listen to this week, one last. Okay, there is one person I was speaking to the other day. I said, oh, I'm your disciple. I said, okay, what have you been listening to this my series that I did? He said, what series? I said, I'm doing right now a series on money. Before then, I did series on self-confidence. He said, oh no. I said before that I even did teaching on teach and thinking too. He said, "Oh yeah, I heard of the last one I listened to was one teacher. I remember you did one on thinking." I said, "How many series did you listen? How many messages on thinking?" He said, "One." I said, "You said you did one now on." I said, "One on thinking." He said, "Yeah, that's what I heard." I said, "Okay." And you say you are my ardent follower. So what will you tell this my so-called ardent followers? What instruction? How could people be systematize themselves? And
I think for such people, they need to first define what they want out of life and how far they want to go in life. Because Pastor Sunday is like a gold mine. You are like this treasure, like this resource. I remember the first HMT that I attended, and after during one of the night's reviews, you were asking what we got, what we gained from the day. And one of the things that happened during that day was we had people from the rehab, and there were just several of them, almost 50 of them, sharing like explosive miracles. And I'd never had anything like that before in my entire life. So I had my hand in my hands and I was crying the whole afternoon. And the night I was sharing with you that I was just begging God for just a tenth of everything that you have achieved. And then you told me that night that, look, there's no way on earth with everything that I see in you that you should do 1/10 of what I've done. There's nothing that stops you from doing more than what I've done. That for me was very revolutionary. And I became so passionate, so hungry, that I went back and began to soak in everything that you were giving. So it takes a lot of hunger to be so addicted, to be so committed. So to the level of desperation, to the level of hunger is what we can, get the feeling. I don't think there's any way any of us can exhaust these resources, these materials and all that. So if they are really, really hungry, if they're desperate to make something out of their life, if they're desperate to go far in life, to build something in the world and to be remembered for at least something, then they will go back and become addicted, like some of us, to soaking in all of these materials and teachings and become revolutionary themselves.
Wow. But you are busy now. You are a medical student. And I know that medical students always have an excuse. They always say there is no time to even go to church or to write anything or to even visit anybody or to even do anything extra.
Yes, I'm a medical doctor now. And the interesting thing is that you taught me also to simplify my life. Not to be busy with so many things, because when purpose is defined, then we'll find out that so many things we are doing is really not necessary. So when I defined my purpose, when I knew what I wanted to do, I had to actually simplify my life to a few things. In fact, the 6 books I wrote in 4 months, because I had to dedicate 2 months to prepare for my final exam.
Wow.
So because of the final exam, I could not write for 2 months.
Wow.
I've written the 6 books within 4 months. So, and the way I was able to do that was basically to simplify my life. When I go to class, in the hospital or wherever, I give my full attention, and then when I come back to the room, it's either I'm studying or I'm writing. Either studying or writing. It's just one of those 2 things I'm doing at that time.
And on Sundays, you have free day to study, to do your growth. So.
Yes, on Saturdays, weekends, Sundays, and all that, to do all of my growth.
Because some people would rather go to church. Some people are going to church every day, that they don't even have time to grow, to do anything, to pursue their own purpose. But since you know that religion and church going, all those things could distract you, you would rather convert that time to productivity.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I understood that time was my greatest treasure in life, and I would not waste my time for anything. I get so sad when I see some of my colleagues who spend their time. They think that they are actually doing productive things. They think they are busy doing the right things. But oftentimes I feel so much pity for them, because they're basically wasting time and wasting life away. So I just learned to simplify my life to very few things that matter, and give all of myself, 100% of myself, to those things that I want to really achieve.
Just like I said, yes, that I only do 5 things in my own life. Not
Yes,
5
sir.
things, nothing more. I only even think in my head only about those 5 things. And only those things I pursue, nothing more. So people think I'm doing thousands of things, but I'm only doing 5 things. So you cut that one.
Yes, I caught it absolutely, Pastor. It's been a great privilege to understudy you. I learn more just by observing you. I learn so much just by observing around you, see the way you handle things, the way you go through your routine. I have been so much challenged. In fact, that for me is an everyday challenge. Because sometimes, let's say, for example, in the middle of the night, maybe I'm doing some work or I'm writing and I'm beginning to feel a bit tired. And sometimes I just see your Skype, or maybe that is when your message is just coming in. And I think if a man at 15 is still doing that, then I have no excuse. So I just have to discipline myself to just sit down there and still do my work. So it's been a really great privilege to understudy you, because your life is absolutely a challenge for me. You have not just liberated your own generation, you have liberated my own generation. So we know how to model our lives. We know how we want our future to be. I can look at, being at your 50th birthday celebration, I could have a picture of what I want my 50th to be. If I have that opportunity, that chance. So many of these things is what is daily propelling me in my personal discipline, my personal life and goals and choices.
So, but you are you are a believer before now. You are going to church.
Yes.
So, yes. What will you say has happened to you between now? What has happened to your religion between now and when you have always been a Christian?
Thank you, sir. I was actually born in a Christian home. Both of my parents are. My dad is a pastor, and I would say I was a Christian in the sense of doing religion, going to church, doing everything that I was taught. I was there, but I wouldn't say I was a believer, because when I met you in that first HMT, I met for the first time the picture of a believer, and I will explain. One of the questions I asked was how you were able to do many of these things, and you said that because you didn't grow up in the religious setting of Africa where a lot of doctrines and all those things, you just will simply read the Bible and you believe whatever thing the Bible is saying, and you go out there and go practice it, and you see the way it works. That is the life of a believer for me. So I knew that I'd been a Christian, being the religious cycle, been doing all of that, but I wasn't a believer yet, because though I was reading these things from the Bible, and they were so plain. When you explain these things, they were so, and I'm wondering, I've read these things again and again and again, but why is it I never saw it in this cycle? Because I was never a believer. So when I became a believer was when I actually began to get results. For example, now if I want to write an article and I'm thinking, what will people say about this? People are going to malign me, people are going to say all kinds of things about me, but the Bible says fear not. And I believe that. When the Bible says I should not fear, I just believe that. I just go ahead to do whatever thing I need to do. When I want to do some project and I'm thinking, where will I get the resources? And when the Bible says that God will make the provision, I just go ahead and go out to do it. So I became a believer after HMT. When I met you, when I began to go through all of these trainings and began to listen to you, because I began to take everything literally. And thank God for the example that you have set, that these things are possible. In fact, it's so much easier for me and my generation, because you have proven things. So when the Bible says this is what it is, I just take it literally. In fact, I told somebody that I can go against an army and I will be in the midst of them before I remember that, look, I don't even have any way. If the Bible says go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to believe that. So that, I think that makes a lot of difference between people who just go to church and people who believe. People go to church who just practice the religion. They are wasting their time and they are wasting their life. But there are some believers. People can get anything. People can go against the truth. People can go to any extent for God, because simply they just believe what God has said. So they will go out there, prove it, and bring results. And that is the kind of person I want to be.
And how many believers like that have you seen since your life, since you started going to church?
My God. Well, till 24 years old, that was all I was exposed to. Till I was 24 years old or 25.
No, you mean you are only exposed to religion.
Just religion.
Yeah, I'm saying, how many believers did you see?
Every person that I met along the way was like that, basically.
Was believer or religious?
They were religious, yes.
Yeah.
Like just Christians, they were doing their thing, but there was no purpose that was behind what they were doing. Everybody was just doing their own thing because, I'm a Christian, I need to go to church, or no. But there was nobody that was doing it exactly like the Bible said it, and then I'm going out there and I'm going to get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the real believer, like you say you saw when you met me, and you want to be, how many have you met like that now?
Thousands and thousands of them. Oh, you mean that he's a believer?
Yeah, someone like you, like me.
I'm still counting on my fingers. I'm still counting on my fingers how many people like that. And thank you, sir, because I shared in the book Heroes that I wrote. You're a generational person, and I've discovered that people like you are not like that in every generation. God gives men like that as a gift to certain generations, and I was very, very careful to note that you are not just a person that was passing by. I wanted to point out the core things about your life. We could look at that in Martin Luther King. We could look at that in Martin Luther, and some of these generational men. So for me, I have not seen so much examples of that, especially in this generation. I'm trying to even remember. Maybe I can remember one or two other persons like that. You showed us the example of being a believer, what it means to, literally take on giant, take on a nation, take on needs, take on whatever thing that needs to be taken on, just because you believe. And we want to be like that.
By the way, you need to send me the electronic version of your book.
All right, sir.
Yes. So.
I sent a link. So.
Okay. Now, these projects that you are doing.
Yes.
People will be thinking, how come you have the time and opportunity when? You are studying. You are a student. The people you consult on Skype, who are those category of people? Who is qualified to join? If people are listening now and they would like to join,
I give opportunity to anybody that willing to run a project that just needs some supervision on what to do and what not to do. So I have a lot of people who are maybe trying to build a business or running books, trying to write a book or do anything at all, whatever project it is. So just like an hour session every day on Skype, and we get the job done. So it's just for them to be able to structure out, because a lot of times we are so clumsy with so many things, and I just want to be able to help people through the principles that I've learned to share with them so that they can simplify their life and get their job done within the time that they have appointed for that project. So it's absolutely free, 1 hour Skype. Anybody is welcome. Just write to me either on Facebook or send me a Skype request, and we'll work on it together.
Okay. Now, I always give people strategic advices and opportunities. So the first one is the announcement I give now that people should get in touch with you for you to help them with their projects.
Okay.
So people will get in touch with you. They will write you. They will inbox you on your Facebook or somewhere, so that people. And I want to challenge everybody that's watching, that's going to watch this. Any project that you have, wisdom is for those who seek for counsel. So this is Dr. Success here, and he will be willing to give you counsel concerning your project. The other thing I want to say is that this your blog that you have right now.
Yes,
what I want to do is to propose to you, and I didn't propose this to other guys. It just didn't come to my mind, but it just came to my mind now. Please get in touch with Joshua and tell Joshua, or maybe he's hearing me now, or somebody could hear, maybe Mayowa or other people. You will need to get in touch with Joshua and let him know that I'm proposing to you that Joshua should give you my platform, my blog, sundaydelajablog.com. That or any of your article that you want, or all of your articles, maybe every week, You could just come and get in touch with him that he should be publishing one of your articles at least once a week so that we could broadcast it, put it on my Facebook, put it on the blog, and give you that platform. And then any of my own articles also, they are there already for free that you want on my blog. They are there, many hundreds of them. You can go and be free to also use them to promote your own blog.
Thanks, Pastor.
Yep. Now, you also teach people who want to write books or want to edit books.
Yes.
Okay, so you are in the position to help and advise people, because there are a lot of people who want to edit book for me. In fact, there are more than 200 people who have written me, and we have sent them the material, but they just disappear because it's too difficult for them. They just disappear. They don't even get back to me. They don't even get back to say it's difficult for them or anything. They just disappear. So I think those people could consult you. What I would normally do is that I would say if they want to learn really, that the best thing to do is for them either to pay you or maybe not pay you, but once they get they get paid by me or they get their money, so that they will you at least give maybe tithe or something to the person who helped them and monitor them. That would have been a good idea, but that is what I'm proposing to people who want to learn. But you are open. Are you open to train those kind of people?
Yes, absolutely. I'm willing to help anybody who wants to write. Well, I have a vision of also helping as many people to write their own books, whatever stories they want to convert into a book and all that.
Good.
So I do all of that, all of this training free of charge for people.
You do it free of charge, okay. But it's better for them to be able to give you whatever they can afford. So even though you are saying free of charge, but people should know that, it's not good for them themselves to be taking anything free of charge. So let them be able to give you what they want. It's not because you need the money, but it's because, it is good for them. It's a good principle. And that's a very good thing. Or you might even help them to develop a price range that will also be able to help them.
Okay.
What now? There was a time that I raised the topic here one time. How I managed to develop the 200 millionaires.
Yes.
And the way is that I would develop one person and have that person mentor other people and give them the secret and give them the know-how, take them by the hand and duplicate exactly what the person is doing. So what I'm thinking to tell you is that this content development that you are doing,
yes,
and the other business that you are doing, why don't you consider raising up disciples? So you are only going to raise up and teach people who want to be your disciples.
Okay.
They might not pay you for it, but they are coming to learn content development. You are teaching them. But they are going to reproduce what you are doing. They are going to be doing the same thing you are doing. You are going to take them, change them anything. But then they must also have their own disciples if they get to be doing well, or maybe they are going to pay even. But the idea is to raise them up and disciple them, as that way you are reproducing yourself in that skills, the development in that area of skills, and then they are your disciples who are in your team. So, for example, let's say you now have projects, or you want to go, you say you have 5 people or 10 people who are your team members, or who are your team members, or who are in your company, or who you do, who you could give stats to. So much that in time to come, you are no more the one doing that thing anymore as such. But it's your disciples and your, just like Socrates did,
yes,
or Plato, Aristotle, yes. So that is what I'm saying, that you will use those Aristotle and Plato principles of raising sons and disciples. Even maybe they are your colleagues, but they are your students. They will be your student in that area. And that's how I did with the millionaires I pray. You will give them all the skills. You will, you know, show them how to develop it. How you train them, and not just people in your. They could be from anywhere in the world. They could be from Nigeria. They could be from America. They could be from. But you are training and discipling them, but with some concrete conditions. The conditions should be that they must reproduce those things. The condition should be that they must also have disciples. The condition should be that they must listen to some. They must be feeding on the same thing you are feeding on. The condition should be that maybe they are having some income from anything they get. Maybe some percentage is going to developing that area. You know, I don't know, but you know, God will give you ideas on other things to do to have disciples. But that way, you are not just having people who can do some things, but people who have the same spirit, the same heart, and the same purpose as well, despite the fact that they still have their own vision, they still have their own calling, just like you still have your own calling or your own passion. But this one, if they want to be skillful in it, and then they have to, you know, be trained and be released.
Okay.
This NGO that you want to start for people in Africa and the students, what about if there are other people who just want to help with students also, with textbooks for students? Either they have textbooks or they have money, little money they want to contribute. Can they get in touch with you as well?
Yes, they're welcome to support us. We appreciate it though if it's not monetary, they can buy the books and get it to us. But if there is no other way, then we also appreciate the financial gift and all that.
Can you say a few words about this NGO?
Yes. So basically, the idea was that because I'm from a rural part, I grew up in the rural part, and I understood that my life could have just been there buried, if not for the books and the information that I came across at certain points in my life, because that was what kept me dreaming and kept me, and of course, of everyone knows about Pastor Sunday's story too, and thank God for all of the information that I came across too that helped him. So the first stage of the NGO is to get kids to read. We want them to read minimum of at least 52 or thereabouts, maybe 52 books within a year to see if they can stretch or about that number. So they read such books, basically books on business, books about life, books about vision, books about dreams and potential and things like that. Then at the second stage, those of them who are able to keep to that routine, to that rule, then at the second stage, we begin to solicit for scholarship opportunities for them and opportunities where they can go to better schools to study. But most importantly, they have to, at the first stage, get access to these books and read. So it will be like a kind of a book club kind of a thing where they are able to come together, help each other to attain that first stage. And then at the second stage, they can solicit for scholarships. We will also help them to solicit for scholarships and get them better opportunities. So that's
excellent. Because I will be giving a lot of scholarships in Africa and Nigeria, and I was thinking, you know, but this will be a grassroots work to be able to filter those qualified people for us in future. Brilliant. So your government people will be coming here to Ukraine. When is that?
Yes, they will be coming on the 26th, 27th of this month.
So if they are coming here on the 26th, 27th of June?
Yes.
That is it, okay, that is, okay, in 10 days or in 15 days, okay, 2 weeks.
Days. Yes.
Okay, you know, so you are going to be discussing, if they are the highest authority of your state, eh?
Yes, the highest authority, yes.
Okay. I think some people might be listening to us now that is Osun State, right?
Yes, Osun State government, yes.
Okay, there might be people listening right now that might be interested in talking to you about that. So they will also get in touch with you.
All right, no problem.
And concerning your MBA, are you coming to do it in Kiev?
Yes.
So you are going to move over to Kiev?
Yes, I'm planning to move over. My plan is to come I will come on Monday. I'll be in your house by Monday. After I conference in Odessa, I'll come over to Kiev on Monday. So I'll discuss all the details with you. Okay,
and since you are moving over to Kiev, I will talk to my house here. I know this damn place. I will talk to the management and administration of my house if it's possible for them to propose to you to come and live in my house.
Okay, Pastor.
So we'll discuss this condition with them. But if you live in my house, since you say that, you learn by observation, and by observing me, you have gained so much already. Can you imagine what will happen if you are going to be living in my house?
Thanks, Pastor. I could have in mind to come and discuss with you on Monday. Father is the main reason why I'm coming next week.
Wow! And you see, God fulfills the heart desire of the righteous, even without the righteous opening his mouth. So, congratulations. And of course, we have to sit down together and discuss. Why you telling us? I mean, you know that my plans on, I have a whole plan, my own 300 to 500 years of immortalizing myself and institutionalizing myself, so that I have documented. But so we have to discuss that also with Success when it comes. Okay? And it's most likely that Kate will be there in that meeting. So is there any other thing today?
I want to really appreciate you for this awesome opportunity. Also appreciate the whole of the DSA family for your love, your support. I love every one of you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pastor, for believing in me, for believing in my future, for believing my dream. And I made a commitment to God secretly, and I'm saying it also on this platform, that by the grace of God, as long as I'm alive, that my generation will not lack your kind of impact in this generation. So it's what I'm committing my life and the whole of my existence onto. Thank you so much.
Say that again, please.
I said
in a clearer term, so that we will be able to note it.
Okay, that I want to appreciate you for believing in me and believing in my future, and I've made a commitment to God secretly, and which is what I'm also saying openly now, that as long as God gives me life, gives me breath, that my generation will not lack your kind of impact, the kind of impact you made in your own generation, that my generation will not lack it. It's what I'm committing the whole of my life and the whole of my existence and my future onto.
To make a similar impact or the same impact on your generations.
Yes, on my generation, yes, Pastor.
And of course, you are already influencing people, and you are going to raise up more people like you as well. Like somebody has said about you, like I said, in fact, more than one person have said it about you, that I should be rest assured that with people like Dr. Success, that, nobody, that the kingdom of God and me, that we could be rest assured. So congratulations, and look forward to see you in Kyiv soon.
Thank you, sir.
Blessings. Bye.
Okay. Hello, guys. Dr. Success' story was quite moving and inspiring as well. So thank you, Dr. Success. I'm just going to read a few of your comments before we close, because we've got another program shortly.
In 15 minutes, announce it.
In 15 minutes, we've got another program. As you know, we're talking, Dr. Sunday's teaching on tithes and offering. So it's titled The Prostitution of Tithe and Offering in the Church. So please don't miss it. It's been an explosive daily program every evening. We have something new, something inspiring, something knowledgeable, liberating. So join us at 9 p.m. Kyiv time.
No, that's in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. In 15 minutes from now. Okay, a quick reel. Congratulations, Success, more of God in you. That was from Theophilus. Emmy saying, congratulations, King Success. And then we have Riyomi, well done, Dr. Success. There's a lot of clapping going for Dr. Success. Kazim says, amen, it is done. Then we have clap again for Dr. Success, Monique. Congratulations. Let me go up. Dear Success, we will welcome you in DSA home. That's Pastor Natalia saying that. That's a house manager. So she's already welcoming you. Great living with you. That's Tega that's saying that. Toyin saying, what is your email address? Please, whose email address are you asking? I believe it's Dr. Success. So Dr. Success, please give Toyin the your email address. Or Toyin, actually, you could inbox him on Facebook. So email, send him a message. Yes, Oshun State, that's Dupe saying that. What is your email or phone number? Fola Bora is asking again. So you can inbox him, Fola. For lack information, that's gift. They're saying that. Tony says, wow, that's how you build millionaires, reduplicate your skills in other people's life. Bravo. That's from Tony. And then we have Kazim saying the law of multiplication. Okay, guys, we'll go now so that we can come back in less than 15 minutes. So come back to us, the prostitution of tithe and offering. And we will see you again soon. So thank you. Bye.